Hey, welcome to George's Top 5 N64 Games. It's just a list that I have made for games that I personally like, so it's not the best games, just ones that I personally enjoy. So let's go ahead and get this started. Number 5, we got BanjoKazooie. Really awesome game. Open world, got to explore a lot. With this, a lot of new mechanics were being integrated to the 64, like the Super Mario 64. Pretty much everything spanned out from that. But the reason I like this is just the characters. The story is really good. If you haven't played it, definitely check it out. The games that followed it up were pretty good as well. But kind of like any good movie, you always say that the original is the best. So yeah, that's why this falls in at number 5. Go ahead and try it out. Like I said, you can do it on the emulator. Go pick up the game. Pretty awesome. Let's move on. Number 4, we got Mario Kart 64. Has anyone to guess? If you had a Nintendo 64, you had Mario Kart 64. They did bundle it together when it first came out. Awesome game. From the first one of just Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo. This just had so many more mechanics that came in with it, with the 3D world and being able to go back and forth and basically just drive instead of just playing on a flat surface. It changed how racing games were being made at the time, and I love it for that. If you haven't played it, then there's probably something wrong with you, but yeah, go check it out, go get it. Let's move on. Number 3, Pokemon Snap. This game is one of my favorite childhood games. Just going and getting that Charizard like at the end of this, or making it all the way to Mew on the last one. Spoiler alert. But yeah, it's so many different, it's so different compared to the Game Boy games, and it's something that I'd like to see brought back in the Wii U. I know that it would sell a lot, right? Even if it was for the 3DS, it would be good. But the Wii U has a lot of potential for getting like really good HD pictures from it. Beautiful scenery, stuff like that. Snap that Charizard, and let's move on to the next one. Number 2, we got another Pokemon game. Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2. I just kind of threw them both together because they were just like Pokemon Snap. It's something so different from any of the other games or anything that you ever used to playing. This is the first time we really got to see them in action in 3D. So that was really awesome. Being able to transfer your Pokemon from the cartridges, your game cartridges, over to the N64 and use them and actually see them instead of just these little pixelated creatures. Awesome. And just the whole badges and different modes, mini games, awesome games. Definitely check that out if you haven't. And let's go ahead and move on to the number 1 video. No surprise here. If you know me, you know that my favorite game is The Legend of Zelda. Favorite game franchise. Favorite game of that would be Ocarina of Time. That is my all-time favorite game. I can just remember the first time I played it, renting it from Blockbuster. Kids these days don't know what that is. That's actually kind of like a red box, but it's a whole store full of games that you can physically touch. They also had movies there. But I remember picking it up. It was like, I don't know, $5 I think it was to rent for 5 days or something, or maybe it was a week. But I had it and I just played it non-stop, me and my cousin. And from that point on, I just fell in love with Zelda even more. I started off with Link to the Past, but this really did it for me. So that's going to be the top 5. Like I said, it's just my version. You know, this isn't saying that those are the top 5 best N64 games, but they're my favorite N64 games. I'd like to see what yours are, so go ahead and leave them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be back with more top 5 videos. So, we'll see you then.